Okay, NZCA 2194. Oh, cheeky against D5. That's a good move. But against this, I don't really. Yeah, that's a good point. He could have played ED5 there. I just ruined my own point. But let's go for a quick queenside attack. Maybe that was a bad idea too. Unless knight b4. What does he do about c2? Because if rook c1 I can take, maybe a4's vulnerable, queen a5, and then bishop a6, and then maybe knight e4 might be a threat. Okay, so maybe I can just take here. Bishop d7, and bishop b5. Bishop useful there. c3 is ruled out now. Knight d3. I've fractured my pawn structure a little bit, isolated pawn, but should I worry about that? Probably not too much, I hope. What about a5, a4 anyway, to try and get rid of the isolated pawn? In fact, rook a4, like rook a4, bishop a4 will be on c2. Okay, so if I queen c7 here, is that really terrible? I hope not. If f4, maybe I can just take and try and use the d file. And there's the bishop be hanging. Knight d5 to f4 now. Looks interesting. Well, I've just made this a bit weaker, but I've given myself the possibility now of knight f4. Where does this all go? This stuff. Oh, a5 is dropping. Bit of a shame. But maybe bishop c4, knight c4. If rook a5, bishop c4, knight c4. Do seem to be a pawn down there for not much. It's bishop a6, but then maybe something like not c3. Oh dear. Okay. I'll just take on c4 then. Maybe bishop f6 and use the g file here. Try and generate counterplay against the king. If he takes, hopefully I'll get some play. Otherwise I'm just looking to be a pawn down for nothing at the moment. I've got a nice knight on f4 though. It can be kicked with g3. Only knight d3 is a possibility. Rook cd, rook f, and then rook f3, rook d3, queen moves, rook f3. That's pretty interesting. Knight d3, cd, rook d3, queen moves, rook takes f3. That'll be good with the g file. Knight c2, he's on e5. What about just e5 for the moment? Rook a7. I need to worry about that. I can't just move the king. But e5 or rook d4, there's c3. So e5 a big problem. Hope not. f5. Okay. Use the g file, I think, if I can. Where does the queen want to go? Maybe over here, because d6 maybe knight f5. So I want to get onto this diagonal. Rook g1 and something like queen h3 might be dangerous. Rook g1, rook f7, queen h3. There's no knight. There's knight c6 here. That's handy to get the light square bishop. And then g2 will be weak. And rook g8 might be even better than anticipated. Okay, I have to move the queen here. Oh, I like the position a little bit, but I'm losing another pawn, so what? Rook g8, queen h3, rook g8, knight e2, and then queen sack on h2 at some point. Okay, so if I just double up rooks now, It doesn't look good actually because of Queen E7. What a pain, Queen E7. I'll just stop Queen E7 for a moment. Okay, so if Rook G6, the Queen's getting my Queen off the board. That's not nice. Oh, that changes the nature of things. What about getting a knight to D4? If I take with a pawn, I'll try and get my material back on the Queen side. I think it's a bit pointless doubling on the rooks now. Oh, dear oh dear. At least I'm covering D5. F5 I'll be weakening D4. Looks like a gone on this position actually. But anyway, I'll just get this rook off and try and get one of these pawns back. Whoops, bit windy. Is that not happening? No, he's going to double up rooks on the 7th. About F5 then. I have to get rid of this guy before the rooks come into the 7th rank doubled. So how do I swindle this? Is it possible? I think I've swindled worse. What about getting a knight F3 and getting a rook round? In fact, I should have got the rook round there with Rook A8. Oh dear. But I'm on C2 at the moment. So C4 Rook A8 with a bit of play, I hope. C4 blocks C4 for the knight. F4 F3 might also be useful when the rook's not there to munch on F4. Okay. Okay, so knight E5 is dangerous as well. So how about E4 then? So I'm not immediately losing the E pawn. I can play knight F3 of that E pawn, and there's still threat of knight C2 anyway. Aha. That's a real pain. Let's just grab C2 then here. There's nothing better than knight A1. I don't know. I think I've lost the plot now. Or rather, I've lost the game. Having to put a knight on A1 is not good. Mind you. Okay, cheapos. Any cheapos? Oh, I'm going to try and win on time somehow. Oh, we can get the rooks off now. Okay. Can I get rid of all the pawns? That'd be a good way of trying to draw this. Sack the knight for 2 pawns. Although they look quite determined here, these guys. F6 though wouldn't work. Oh, draw. Let's not panic yet. 36 seconds. So either he's going to run me out of time, or he's going to get rid of my knight. Whoa. So he's a bit shorter of time here. Short of time? Anyway. Is he really going for a win? Yes, he's got rid of my knight. And King G6 though, easy. Take the knight and I take on G5. Well, it's going to be a draw, isn't it? Surely. So it's a draw because I've got no material to make. That was a terrible game. Oh. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks so much.